to get all the glitches out. Let me tell you, there are glitches. Had my Wi-Fi screwed up. Hello, RJ. Was running a little late. I don't like to be late. I like to be very prompt. Last thing I want to do is be late. Have a dirty camera, so I'll clean the camera. Uh-oh. Just had a drip in my coffee cup. Chippy's in the house. Good thing Chippy's in the house. He's the only one in the house today. How come it's Chippy's here, but it's not showing that I have any viewers? I wonder why that is. And I wonder how we're going to do here on YouTube. And I guess the only way to figure out how we're going to do is do and see if it works. See if it happens. See if we can build an audience. See if we can have some fun. I showed this car the other day. It's still got mud on the hood. It was a horrible accident. One of my, how long's the band? I don't know. It's making it look, I don't want to get talking about bands too much because I just was hit with a double dose of bands. And I don't want to talk about bands too much, but good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Friday morning. It is 8:03 a.m. Happy Friday. The date is September 29th. Good morning, Sandra Lynn. Thank you for joining. Happy Friday. This is a show I've been doing for a long time, and it's a show I try out on various, I cannot tell you what's neat about having like hoodies or putting on a pair of jeans. I don't know. How often do you guys wash your jeans? I'm not totally sure how often I wash my jeans. But when they can actually stand on their own and walk away, I know it's time to wash them, and so I give them a good scrubbing. But what's neat about things with pockets, every now and again, and I don't know if I have allergies. I don't think I do, but I just generally have a little bit of congestion, a little more congestion. And I'm sure this is what you want to talk about first thing. A little more congestion than I generally like to have. And I'll go, I wish I had a tissue, and I'll reach into a pocket, and there'll be like a paper towel wadded up. And I'll feel so fortunate, and I'll feel like I won the lottery. And it just shows you how important perspective is and how little things, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and all sorts of things. But anyway, let's talk about YouTube growth. Well, yeah, we're growing over on YouTube. We're having a lot of fun. The audience is growing every day. But anyway, as I was saying, this is Coffee with Ken. This is a show I have done. There's our fire pit. There's our slide. There's some benches we made. There's some flowers in the background. There's a view on a foggy day. It looks so pretty. But anyway, this is a show I've done for quite some time. It is a show about me kind of talking and sharing some feelings and some things and some ups and downs and having a little bit of fun and laughing a little bit and just kind of talking about life in a way that I think a lot of people don't feel comfortable doing on social media. As I say a lot, if you go on Facebook, the pictures you often see are beautiful pictures of a sunset and a couple drinking a margarita. And, I know about you, or I don't know about you, but life for me is not always on a beach drinking a margarita, even though we wish it was. Because life is the stuff that happens between those glamour shots, if you will. And I share the ups and downs we have in those. But anyway, how am I feeling, RJ? I'm feeling good. I wasn't feeling so good a couple hours ago when I woke up. I was feeling kind of down, was feeling kind of blue, was feeling kind of chaotic, was trying to... but hanging out with my little babies always makes me smile a little bit. And my wife was a loving mother to them and a nurturing mother and had some sweet little moments where she was cuddling with my baby girl Eve that kind of made me smile a little bit. And when Eve got done cuddling with her mother, she crawled over to me and started coming after my coffee cup and was sipping the coffee. And fortunately, it wasn't hot and it was nearly empty. But she was very determined. If I wouldn't give her more, she'd bounce up and down. Me being kind of the loose, carefree parent, wasn't too concerned that my nearly not yet 1-year-old daughter was chugging coffee and she seemed to enjoy it, and it wasn't burning her, so I took advantage of that and videotaped it and made a little advertisement that I post on various social media platforms this morning and see if we can grow our audience over here. So I'm feeling good now, but I'm going to be feeling a lot better in about a minute. And you know why? Hold on here. Because for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. You know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I just poured to show you how much I poured because it's I thought about it. I don't know if you can see. Usually I pour my cup all the way filled. And I'm a pretty good consumer of food, or when I used to drink alcohol, or when I used to smoke pot or coffee or Coke or water or what have you. I tend to consume very quickly. But sometimes when you're doing a talkie show, walkie-talkie, a coffee talk show, you can get talking so much you forget to drink your coffee. Hello, Anne Marie. Thank you for joining. RJ. RJ has such a cute, I don't know what it is, sense of smell that through the camera, he's detecting a hint of pumpkin flavor in my coffee. But anyway, we're not going to reveal it just yet. We like to build some suspense. Oh, by the way, I don't know. Should I tell you about my injury, my horrible injury, or should I take my sip of coffee? What should I do, Sandra Lynn? I don't know which direction to go. I have so much to talk about this morning. I've got a boo-boo. Do you want to know? No, I got to drink my coffee. We'll get back to the boo-boo. The boo-boo can wait. The coffee is hot. You've got to strike while the iron is hot in life sometimes, and this is one of those times. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. The day is foggy. The day is overcast. I hear something off in the distance. For a moment, I thought it was raindrops. Raindrops are falling on my head. That's just the da 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 do 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 do. Ba da 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 da. Raindrops are falling. Keep falling. That's all the words I know. But anyway, my hope is that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. It's the Sumatra. RJ mistakenly guessed it would be the pumpkin spice, but alas, but alas, but alas. Oh, RJ's not feeling too well. I hope you're still able to drink some coffee today, RJ. Alas, we are almost out of flavored coffees at my home. We have the Sumatra dark roast filled with flavors of earth and dirt and hearty flavors. My wife joked as Eve was chugging her coffee. She's the sweetest little thing. Eve's the sweetest little thing. She's a beautiful little baby. She's got beautiful blue eyes. She likes to drink coffee. And as I've talked about before, it was the Sumatra coffee. And my wife reminded me that this coffee will put hair on Eve's chest. And I got this horrible picture of my beautiful little innocent baby with the soft baby skin and the milky smooth skin, just the perfect baby skin and the perfect baby scent with a big rug on her chest tomorrow when we woke up. And I go, ah! The Sumatra really did put hair on Eve's chest. It's a yucky thought, I know. I apologize. RJ, go to Starbucks and get a medicine ball. Do they sell medicine balls at Starbucks? You had mint tea. I don't blame you. When you're feeling unwell, I recommend tea to most of my viewers. Most of you know I drink coffee every morning. Of course, I got a coffee talk show, but occasionally when you're not feeling well, you need some tea. It's more medicinal. But anyway, a little more coffee. As I was saying, the horror at my home this morning is that We usually have a large variety of flavored coffees. We only have three coffees right now. We have the Sumatra, which I am drinking and enjoying, which is full of flavor and full of earthy, deep, dirty, dark tones. We have the Morning Joe, which is a delicious dark roast classic cup of coffee that I hear Danielle, RJ's wife, prefers, by the way. That's a little behind the scenes information. And then we have the IHOP maple syrup. Does anybody want some? We've got about 2/3 of a bag of maple syrup flavored IHOP. We're going to put it out front by the curb with a big sign. Please take. Coffee lovers take. IHOP lovers take. Syrup lovers, please take. We don't want to drink it anymore. We can't stand it. We believe it tastes like burnt pancakes. I don't even know. I just assume it was made cheaply and it's loaded with yucky fake chemicals versus the lack of chemicals that are in the Starbucks Sumatra. So let's have a little more. Anyway, how you guys all doing today? It's Friday. It is Friday. Sandra Lynn, I kind of know roughly where you live. I might take the bag over to the front of Maplebrook and just put it out. Put the bag of coffee there and put that huge sign up that says, Sandra Lynn, this is for you. And all your neighbors are going to, come up and knock on your door and they go, hello, Sandra Lynn. I don't believe Sandra Lynn is your real name, but we know it's you. There's a 2/3 bag of cheap syrupy flavored coffee sitting waiting for you at the entrance to our neighborhood. Hello, Ali Ainuri. I believe you're from Syria. That's how well I remember you, Ali. Is that correct? Good morning, Track Days. Thank you all for joining. This is exciting. This is my second day over on YouTube doing my morning show. I've been kind of looking to switch up platforms a little bit, expand an audience here on YouTube. I think YouTube's the best platform, I'd guess. You know why I'd guess? For serious content creators. Because I've heard, and I don't know how much truth there is to this, but there's a dude, and we probably all know him because here we are on YouTube, named Mr. Beast. I've never watched one of Mr. Beast's videos. Not a one. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. But I've heard that Mr. Beast makes like $50 million a year on YouTube. Actually, that's not true. I have watched a video or two of his. That's not true. I take it all back. I rewind that statement. I retract it. I remembered one I did where he said he was really grinding for years and years, just posting videos, and everyone thought he was crazy. Nobody took him serious. Every one was thinking he's silly. And now he's making like $50 million a year on YouTube. And I figure, a YouTube Kenathon is in order. You know what's nice about YouTube? A lot of things. Well, one, they pay Mr. Beast $50 million a year. I must say it caught my interest. And I'd realized I'd only been on YouTube for like 6 months, and they started paying me already. And I'd been on TikTok devoting everything, doing all my TikTok promotions, and they didn't pay me a dime. It kind of hurt my feelings. And it's not about the money. It really isn't. It really isn't. But I am striving to do this full time. And I've got some things I want to share about that. And but I am striving to do this full time. I was a realtor for 17 years, and I was working at Target for 7 months, and all the time kind of dedicating stuff and effort and energy towards live video production and having fun with it. And it means a lot to me, as I say every day. And darn it, Sandra Lynn just reminded me. I tell everyone, where are you working now? Michael Bagger, I'm working here on YouTube. Of course. That's where we're talking. Michael Bagger asked, where am I working now? I'm not. I left, unless you count this work. And the only reason I question that is they say if you love what you're doing, you're never going to work another day in your life. And I love doing this. And I think I'm better at this than I am at selling real estate or selling stocks or stocking shelves at Super Target. And I'm working on expanding it, and I believe I've always had a good sense for business and a belief in myself. And I've got a partner now that I also believe has amazing talents and skills in various aspects of social media, and also has a belief in all that is Coffee with Ken. Just don't piss her off. Just don't piss her off. But anyway, so I rub her shoulders half my day. I work 4 hours a day rubbing shoulders of my key grip. In some areas, in some arenas, they might call that sexual harassment. But given the relationship I have with my key grip, she allows me to rub her shoulders and post videos. And sometimes she'll get a little grumpy with me, and I'll go, oh, we don't have playful Anne-Marie on duty today. We have business Anne-Marie working today. And business Anne-Marie ain't a hell of a lot of fun unless you have fun posting videos. And then she's awesome. But if you're looking for the other types of fun that immature Ken is usually looking for, you don't want anything to do with business Anne-Marie. I bring coffee to not piss off. What about my Aunt Sandra Lynn? Thank you for bringing it up. And let me apologize right now to Sandra Lynn. Yesterday, during my live show, she was begging me for more reflections of the daytime. I go live on YouTube at 4:30. I'd like to say every day, although I didn't yesterday. She was begging. I usually do it like 10 or 15 minutes because honestly, we'd have like 2 or 3. You got back together with Anne-Marie? I don't know, Michael Bagger. I don't know, Michael Bagger. We hang out, we give shoulder rubs, and she helps me work. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, I'm apologizing to Sandra Lynn. I'm apologizing to Sandra Lynn. She asked for more time. I was usually doing my reflections of the day for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. Her drive home from work is 25 minutes, she alerted me to. And she likes listening to it on her ride home. So what did I do to celebrate her and thank her for joining me? I didn't go live yesterday. So she sat on YouTube mindlessly on her lonely ride home, looking for me, going, where's reflections of the day? Where's Ken? I've never actually even met Ken. But through the use of technology and cell phones, I feel I know him. And I wonder if you met me for coffee, if you'd feel you did know me. I like to think this is kind of who I am. I don't know how it couldn't be because here I am every day and talking to you guys. So let's pour a little more coffee. Did I chop my finger off? No, I didn't. But let me tell you, I learned something yesterday. And about 2 weeks ago, I had, I don't know, an imperfection. Believe it or not, I occasionally will have an imperfection as well. It may have been a pimple. It may have been just a bump in my skin or something. And I'm shaving my head. After working out, for those that don't know, I pump iron every other day, and I get to pump iron today and get massive and huge. But anyway, I was in the shower at Planet Fitness, and I went, and I don't know. Well, everyone here shaves in some capacity. I met RJ recently. He hasn't shaved in a while. He's got like a couple of weeks of random spotty growth on his face. Would itch the hell out of me. But little ladies out there know, and the men out there that shave their face, when you clip yourself, you go, ooh, it doesn't hurt too bad. But if it hurts at all, you go, this is going to be a bleeder. And let me tell you, the back of my head started bleeding. This is a long-winded story that really has nothing to do with my finger. But anyway, my head bled. I put a Band-Aid on, and that's really the end of that story. But fast forward 2 weeks, and I'm reaching in my DOP kit for my razor to take to the same shower where the injury happened 2 weeks ago. And I went, ow, that hurt. And it turns out, if you look on the top of the razor, and they come in those orange boxes. It's a Gillette Mach 5 or something. It comes in an orange box. They're like $4 or $5 a razor. It's really an investment if you want to buy an 8-pack and you're a little light on cash. You got to It's $40. Seems expensive. But anyway, it turns out they put a blade on the top for some reason. And I don't know if it's to, you know, fine tune your sideburns, which I do not own, or maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe this happened for a reason. And I think things do happen for a reason. Yesterday, I was reaching for the razor, and the top of the blade has a blade on it itself. And it hurt, and it dug in deep, and it hit my hangnail. And it bled, and I put a Band-Aid on, and I put another Band-Aid on, and I still am wearing this Band-Aid, and I'm looking for a little love and sympathy from you. If I don't get it, that's okay. I'm going to keep talking. I said things happen for a reason. 2 instances make me believe that. Let's drink a little more coffee. And they both happened yesterday. One, I got banished from going live on TikTok. I was doing my show at 8 o'clock every morning. I'll just be vague about it, but I was talking about World War II, and I named the German dictator during World War II. I won't use his name here because I don't know if YouTube's as sensitive as TikTok. But anyway, so I'll avoid a certain name. But anyway, I mentioned it because I was referring to World War II, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden TikTok sent up a thing and shut my live down. And they sent me a notification that I'm not allowed to go live anymore. And I'm going, but my show is live. The whole thing, the whole shtick with my show is I go live every day. It's a show. It's not just a bunch of random mindless videos. It's a show. So I scurried over to YouTube thinking, aha, things happen for a reason. Things happen for the reason. Twitch is the best streaming platform. Make a note, Key Grip, if you're still out there, make a note. Oh no, Sandra Lynn's busted my chops. She was ready to have sympathy, but I didn't do the reflections yesterday, so she's a little angry. Make a note, Twitch. Please try Twitch out on this band adventure. Okay, maybe I will. Maybe there's a reason for that. But anyway, so here I am over on YouTube, and it's my second day, and we got an audience. We got 12 people watching, which is pretty good. It's a little hard for me to do this show when nobody's watching, or if it's Anne-Marie, or if it's Anne-Marie and RJ, because Anne-Marie and RJ and I, we talk enough. There's not a whole lot more for us to say, but I appreciate it. RJ always is fascinated about what I had for dinner last night. What did I have for dinner? I had a late lunch. It was, I went to Taco Bell. Yes, I did. And I've done shows ranting and raving about how good the $2 menu is. But I decided to splurge a little bit and go off the $2 menu at TikTok, where I have the Chipotle Ranch chicken burrito, and I have the beef burrito something, both on the $2 menu. So that's $4. But as I said, I was feeling like splurging a little bit. And I brought my wallet back out and decided to expand my horizons from the $2 menu. And I noticed there was a $1 menu on Taco Bell as well that had this little potato and cheese taco thingy. And I go, hey, I'm worth it. I'll spend the extra buck. And I got the potato and cheese thingy. And to be honest, the three bits of food were too much, and they were sitting in my tummy like a brick most of the day. I promise he won't bite my butt. I don't know what that means. We'll meet for coffee, but I do own a German Shepherd that loves going to Starbucks. Well, Sandra Lynn, we'll have to talk about it face to face. We may have to meet at a different Starbucks than the one we vaguely planned on meeting at before. That's topic for maybe a face-to-face meeting. But it is something that came up right as I cannot tell you how it came up right before I went live. There can be a lot of distractions in life. And especially when you have a time and you believe in being prompt and you need to get on and you're doing it every day at 8 and you got 2 little babies and you got people ringing on your door and you got dogs barking and you know, I need a little bit more sympathy. Woe is me. Looks like it's just foggy out, but occasionally I'm getting hit by little drops. But they're not even little drops. They're they're when it rains real slowly. Hello, I plan to meet up soon. I'm so curious. Any cross country meets? I have a cross country meet tomorrow. Oh, what was for dinner? I don't even know. Julie Flanagan, I'd love to meet you in person someday. Maybe we can both mix my stories. Maybe we can both make a run for the border. Do you get that? That's a Taco Bell reference. We can meet right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin. It'll be awesome. We'll jump up. We'll high five. We'll each stay on our respective sides of the border, and we'll high five across. We'll toast some coffee, and it'll be like a intra-state meeting, or perhaps interstate. I don't know if the right word is inter or intra. Are you going to Crosstown game tonight? Sandra Lynn, I would love to. I would love to, but I'm not. There's a big game for anybody watching that is out of the area. I'm coming at you from Naperville, Illinois. And if anybody out there is watching from out of the area, Naperville's a big town. It's got about 150,000 people in it. There's 5 schools, high schools, that kids from Naperville go to. And 2 of them, Naperville North and Naperville Central, they play games against each other, football games on Friday night every year. And when they do, there's also a small college in town called North Central, which has a pretty big, fairly big. I don't know how many people it seats, maybe 8,000 people at the stadium, maybe not. I don't even know. But they put the game on at North Central College, and it's a big deal, and it's the crosstown rivalry game, and I think it's a hot ticket, and 2 of my stepkids are going. It was really cute. My older stepson, which I would generally say is not a ultra school spirit type of kid, is I saw in the washroom today, and he was decorating his face. He was putting on like paint or something, or I think he was doing it with a Sharpie, but to prepare himself for the game, just seeing if it would look right. And I just thought that was neat that a young man that, I wouldn't say oozes school spirit from his pores, is getting excited about the game, and I thought that was pretty neat. So, there's a big game tonight. I am not going. I'm going to a friend's house tonight at 7 o'clock, meeting some friends who's from Texas, and he's coming up, having some friends over. And, yeah, German Shepherd just walked by. We got lots of German Shepherds in the neighborhood, Sandra. Where is your cross-country meet? Oh, okay, yeah, we got a cross-country meet tomorrow. It's a super cool meet. It's at St. James Farm in Wheaton, Illinois. And my daughter runs for us. Will there be snacks? Enjoy the evening. Will there be snacks? I'm not in charge of the snacks, but I would assume there's going to be snacks. It's at a friend's house. I think the friend is fairly well-to-do. I've been at his house before, and there was delightful snacks. There was like shrimp, and I don't even know why I like shrimp. I like dipping the shrimp in the sauce. I would almost be as happy without the shrimp and just taking a spoonful. But the same goes true with oysters. The same goes true with sushi. None of those things do I really care for. They're all receptacles to scoop up the sauce. But, I would think there's going to be some snacks. There's probably going to be some beer, too. I had a dream last night. I had a dream. Reminds me of the movie Tangled. But I've dreamt lately, the last few nights, and I hadn't been dreaming too much the last few days. Some were scary dreams. Oftentimes, I think 3 days in a row, I've had college age friends in those dreams. And a recurring dream that I have. Does Sandra Lynn, your son runs at Naperville Central, I think, and you have a meet in St. Charles. I think you posted a picture of your son running, and he had a red jersey on. I know where you live, so I assume your son goes to Naperville Central. Ours is in St. James Farm. Oh, recurring dream. And I don't know how many of you guys out there have it, but every couple months, I have kind of a nightmare about me at college, totally like missing stopping going to class, forgetting even where the classes were, forgetting when the tests were, where they were, when they were, and worried about failing out of college. And it keeps coming up, and I have it every couple months, and it's quite frightening. And I wake up and I go, whoo, good God, I'm 35, I'm 38 years older, but at least I didn't forget where my classes were. Oh, geez, I've had that same dream all the time, every couple months, where I totally don't know where my school is or where my classes are or even my schedule. And I go to the deans and go, hey, my final is Saturday. I missed all the classes. I don't know where the final is. I think it's Saturday. I must have a final coming up. I don't want to fail, but I haven't studied. I haven't been to class, and I don't even know where the test is. What do I do? And I mean, it comes up every couple months, and it's quite frightening. But I had a different dream last night, and I'm sure it's always very interesting to hear about other people's dreams. You might fall asleep and have your own dreams if I keep telling this story. But it was interesting because it was my first drinking dream, and I went to a fraternity. I lived in a fraternity at the University of Illinois, Lambda Chi Alpha, and we used to drink a lot. I mean, really a lot. I mean, I drank a lot for a lot for a long period of time. But anyway, I stopped drinking about 2 years ago. Let me have a little coffee, speaking of drinking. And last night, I had a dream that 2 nights ago, we were at some Lambda Chi event at school, and I fell off the wagon, and I was staggering around, and I was kind of embarrassed of myself. And, I mean, that was it, but I wasn't proud of who I was, or some guys saw me, and I mean, they might have been drinking too, but I think maybe in their hearts that they were proud that I'd walked away from drinking, and that me falling off the wagon and wobbling around like a fool, they weren't that impressed with. Well, I went to a party the next night at this same fraternity, and was hungover, and the bartender gave me a water, and I was proud of myself for getting back on the wagon. I don't know if I'm on or off the wagon, and I don't know what the right term is, but I'll just say this. I had water the second night at the party, and I felt cool. Did a lot of college girls come to the house? Yes, they did. Let's have a little more coffee. If you can answer a question with very few words, especially when your wife might be watching, the fewer words, the better. Would have been better if no women ever came by our house. We didn't allow women. It would have been morally wrong. But I don't know how much I have for you today. I'm having a lot of fun. It's nice having a decent audience, a good audience here, a great audience here. I need to pat us all on the back. I think we did this yesterday. Maybe this could be a daily thing where we all reach over our back and pat us on the back for doing something good for us today. And I don't know if this is good for any of us, but we're drinking our coffee. Where's the best onion rings? I don't know. Did you guys watch my video about the onion ring? Did you know what song was playing in the background? Did you hear the music that was playing? It's tough when you make these videos and you want, sometimes the song, a lot of times, I'll put some various piano music, some slow kind of piano music, and have it playing along and kind of just as background music. But every once in a while, I think I'll come up with a funny song, or my key grip will think they have a funny song. And you got to get the volume just right because you want the audience to hear it, but you don't want it overwhelming the words in the video. And yesterday I did a video about onion rings, and a really hot onion ring, which I prefer, and I've never had them at Jackson Avenue Pub. I have never had them at Jackson Avenue Pub, nor have I ever had them at Dairy Queen. But a place that I know has great wings, but I never get enough. They've gotten a little frugal. They shrinkflation the onion rings, is the Lantern. I always go, I get my patty melt. I get a side of onion rings. They throw a few pickles on there. I take a ton of ketchup and fill up the plate with ketchup and dip my onion rings and dip my patty melt. And I think they're awesome. We should plan coffee meet with Ken. Well, RJ and Julie and Anne Marie and meet with Ken. But no, 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 no. Okay, if we all meet for coffee, we're just going to all meet for coffee. It's not like I'm going to have four of you on one side of the table and me sitting there with my cup of coffee going, "So, RJ, how are you? So, Julie, how are you? Anne Marie, give me a kiss. Sandra Lynn, I'm glad you didn't bring that German Shepherd with you because it might bite me on the butt, and I'm very sorry I didn't do reflections of the day. Um, oh, but I've never had the onion rings. Oh, the music. The music. Did you not catch the music? I thought it was quite creative because the video wasn't only about onion rings, it was about my overbite. It was about my overbite and the danger of biting an onion ring and not clearly clipping the onion ring. You guys are all, I'll just keep talking. Tack with you. It was the Jaws theme. It was the Jaws theme. It was womp, 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 womp. And it ended perfectly. Right as the onion's sliding down and slapping me in the face. For anybody that's watching and not watching live and can't see the comments, because I do believe this video gets watched a fair amount post this on YouTube. And yesterday I did a live on YouTube and it ended up getting seen like 130 times. We only have 15 people watching right now. So I think a lot of people watch it after the fact. And so for those people that aren't able to see the questions and are wondering what is causing me to look so dejected, to look so sad, so needing love and needing attention, it's that my viewers, my live viewers have totally mutinied and aren't engaging with me at all. They're just talking amongst themselves, planning a coffee date with Ken. Ken's always invited because Ken is kind of the glue that holds the team together. But then when Ken is there and the party's happening, everyone just kind of talks amongst themselves. And I sit there and go, "Hey, do you remember me? Coffee with Ken?" My coffee was getting tepid. I'm so bummed that I don't have any flavored coffee in there. I mean, so bummed might be an overstatement. I'm not that bummed. I have Sumatra, and that's delicious. Does YouTube give analytics? They sure do. I haven't probed very deeply in them. Again, we're kind of new here on this platform. Thank you, Julie Flanagan. Thank you for that, that faux sympathy you're throwing my direction. Yeah, they do. They give a lot of analytics. I am never one. I mean, I like to look at them and I like to see what's happening a little bit, but I don't spend too much time crunching analytics or crunching keywords or hashtags or any of that. What I like to do is drink coffee and talk to the phone. And that's why I've hired a key grip that I pay with shoulder rubs. Thank you, Anne Marie. Pay with shoulder rubs. Fortunately, my employees are so few and so far between. We all should get a coffee with Ken hoodie and wear them when we meet. Well, I don't know. I should get a coffee with Ken hoodie for sure. For sure. We got 3 larges, and I'm so massive because I've been pumping so much iron, and I am getting stronger. It feels really good, by the way. Feels really good, by the way. I'm moving forward and back, and I'm feeling the muscles in my core and my arms and my chest. Feel it, and it feels so good. RJ, I'll give you a foot rub. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. I would have a really hard time rubbing a man's foot. That is way too intimate. And they're right. Do you guys remember John Travolta? Famous movie, 1992. Samuel L. Jackson, opening scene. They're talking about rubbing the feet and how a foot rub's intimate. And you shouldn't rub another woman's feet because that's too intimate. What's the movie? Marcellus Wallace. Haha, yeah, I'm not sure we should wear matching merch. I'm not sure we should. Good morning, Ronaldo fan. Hey, Ronaldo. I was talking about monetization earlier and talking about how much Mr. Big makes on YouTube. Ronaldo, I believe it's Ronaldo, is the highest paid Instagram influencer. Pulp Fiction, thank you, Anne Marie. Is the highest paid influencer. And when he posts on Instagram, he gets paid like $1.7 million per post on Instagram. Seems like a lot. Here I am with my baby. Here I am kicking a soccer ball. Here I am drinking some coffee. I don't know. Seems like a good gig. Right there. Exclamation point. Read my comment. Pulp Fiction. Hello, Ronaldo fan. I think I'm being scolded. My key grip is whoosh, cracking the whip. Messi or Ronaldo? I would say Ronaldo fan. I'd say Messi. Nothing personal. I honestly don't know if I've ever watched Ronaldo play. I'm not a huge soccer fan. I am not a huge soccer fan, but I did watch the World Cup last year. I think it finished up, and the final game was the most incredible soccer game I've ever seen, or should I say, football. And I think the score was like 2-0, Argentina, and they might have been playing France or something in the finals. And I'd never seen a team come back from 2-0. And all of a sudden, France scored a couple goals, and then Argentina scored a goal, and then France scored a goal, and then it came down to a shootout. And it was amazing. And I got the chills. I've never, ever, ever, ever. And my nephews played at a pretty high level soccer. And, I used to kick the ball around, and I like sports or love sports and have watched sports most of my life. But I never have honestly been a huge fan of soccer or football, depending on what country we're watching from. And I couldn't believe how good that game was, how exciting that game was. And, yeah, it made me appreciate soccer more, and maybe just because it was a little high scoring, or because it showed a team could come back. Because it usually seems they're just kind of running. I mean, I've got a softer spot for Pele, and I never saw Pele play live. I don't think, although I may have. He played, I believe, in the end of the '70s, maybe even early '80s for the New York Cosmos. And obviously a huge star. Was he Argentina or Brazil? Brazil, I think. Brazil, maybe. I don't even know for sure. Was he from Brazil or Argentina? Pele. Where did he play? I don't know. But he was in the movie. Do you guys want a movie pick to click? Do you guys want my tonight movie pick to click? Do you want it? Can we bring the pick to click movie of the night over to YouTube? Maybe we should. I'm going to throw out a movie that I'll bet you most of you haven't seen. It's the movie Victory. Has anybody out there seen the movie Victory? It stars Sylvester Stallone as it's dangerous. Where can we find it? Well, look it up. Victory. Look up the movie Victory, starring Sylvester Stallone. Pele is in it. There's several other actors that you probably know. It's set during World War II in a prisoner of war camp. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. And there's a huge soccer match between these prisoners of war and the German national team. And I think it's an awesome movie. I think it's a great movie that almost so few people have seen. It must have come out in the early 80s, I'd say. And I think it is I want to see it again. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. And again, Sylvester Stallone obviously has been a huge mega star, and this came out after the Rockies. But it's a different movie for him. And again, it's historically based, and I think really interesting. And Pele's in it. And Pele does one of his famous, I don't know, what are they called? I don't know if it's a special move where the ball's coming up and you get a close up of Pele's face, and He falls on his back and kicks the ball. I don't want to tell you if the goal goes in or not. Bicycle kick. Okay. You have to pay. Well, it's worth paying. It's worth paying. I can't watch a movie. I'm going out tonight. But I want to put that on my list. It might not be a movie that all would love, but I think, I don't know. I thought it was great. Who gets the menu? I'll check that one out. Julie Flanagan, you should. It's a soccer movie, especially if you're kind of a history buff, especially if you kind of like Sylvester Stallone. I thought it was good. And again, I watched it a bunch long time ago, and nobody's ever seen it, and it was really good. Can we watch it with me live? I mean, we could. We could. The weirdest things get big audiences on lives. I was watching, and somehow, some way, my key grip has started involving herself a whole heck of a lot in my TikTok page, and she believes that me following the people that follow me back is going to increase my audience, and she might be right or wrong, but suddenly I'll start seeing videos from people I don't know, and there was a woman who was blow drying her hair, and she was doing it live, and I go, this is kind of weird. But I do lives. I'm trying to learn about lives. Maybe I should see what this woman does. And she just sat there and was blow drying her hair. She was talking a little bit. I tried to make a comment or something, but I had a typo in my comment, and it got uncomfortable because she didn't know what I was trying to say, and there's only one or two people watching, so I quickly signed off and scurried away. Don't remember what the woman's name was, but you go live and put the camera on the movie and we all watch it and chat. Hey, that would save us each having to rent the movie. For anyone just tuning in, please subscribe to my page here on YouTube. This is the platform that I feel most comfortable building Coffee with Ken on. And I was going live every day at 8 o'clock on TikTok, and they shut me down mid-live yesterday, so I brought the show over on YouTube and hoping it goes well. But it only goes well when we have a nice audience, because you guys are really part of the show. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching and being a part of the show and caring and buying my awesome merchandise. Don't get me wrong. This is not Coffee with Ken merchandise. This is Coffee with Ken merchandise. Although we don't yet sell this cup. Somehow, some way, the key grip and I are going to have to take control of the production and take control of the merchandise, just so we know what we're doing. I'm a little bit of a control freak, and I trust few people to do what I think needs done. And one of the very few people I trust in this planet to do a lot of the things I do is my key grip. And even then, I don't trust her to do everything. But when we hire a company to produce merchandise and ship it out for us, I feel like we're not in it enough, and that if something was sent out that it wasn't up to my standards, and this sounds silly because I talk all the time about not worrying about being perfect, or not worrying about being awesome, or just doing it, or not worrying about tripping and falling and screwing up. But I say that as a reminder to myself, because I, in a lot of ways, am a bit of a perfectionist. And we ordered some sweatshirts, and the print didn't come out perfectly on them. And I would have felt horrible if Julie Flanagan ordered one of my sweatshirts and the print wasn't exactly what she wanted, or the quality of the sweatshirt wasn't what she wanted. And when we don't have total control, and it's hard having total control, and it's a big recurring theme on my show, give up the want of total control, because you can't control the world, you can't control the weather, you can't control the people on this planet. And you have to go longer today, since you're not watching over to YouTube, switching over. Well, I'm already on YouTube, and I have gone longer. But when you don't have total control of the merchandise quality, I feel a little uncomfortable. We ordered 2 hoodies and a T-shirt a couple weeks ago, and it took like 12 days to come in. And I was looking at my key grip going, wow, this takes too long. I almost forgot even ordering. I wish it would be faster. And she goes, well, the only way we can make it faster is do it ourselves. And she's very gifted in a lot of ways and was talking about making the shirts herself. And I would feel a lot better if I knew that the quality was going to be what we wanted in our production, and the delivery and everything was going to come out the way we wanted. Um, but I'm trying to let that go. I'm trying to be okay, trying to just sit back, relax, let the world come to me. Have one made in pink for breast cancer awareness. Now, that's a great idea. That's a great idea, Julie Flanagan. We need Julie Flanagan's uh, working up her way up the marketing department. She's going to, since we really don't have a marketing department, I mean, we are the marketing department. My company of two, me and the key grip, who gets paid for shoulder rubs. Julie Flanagan just put herself up as vice president of marketing with her suggestion. She put done is better than perfect right now. All right, well, done is better than perfect. You're right. You are right. You are right. We joked, because I'm the only one with Coffee with Ken cards. We joked that I was going to get my key grip cards. And the day we were really working on the merchandise, all the kids came in, and it was nice. They were actually getting very involved and talking about what they wanted and what they liked, and joked about getting them little junior Coffee with Ken cards and making it a family business. And we'll have to get Julie Flanagan, VP of marketing, or VP of, I don't know, good ideas, or VP of the suggestion box. Chippy Chop Top's going to get VP of good questions to keep the conversation rolling. Am I hungry? Yes, I am. I've had about 2/3 of a donut and about 2/3 of a banana. If you're wondering why I only had, and we're going to get Anne Marie a card that says VP or President of being super awesome. But it's because I shared both my banana and my donut with my little daughter, Eve. She doesn't have teeth, so she doesn't eat too fast. That's why she only got 1/3, while I went bah, 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 like the Cookie Monster. My kids love the Cookie Monster. I think he's their favorite. They started loving Elmo, but once they learned a little bit more about eating and the pace with which the Cookie Monster could consume a plate of cookies, I think they started falling in love. And little Augie goes, bah, 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 whenever the Cookie Monster eats cookies. So that's always a lot of fun. Speaking of my little nugget of love, I've talked for about 53 minutes. It's been a great show, I think, at least, if I may be self-congratulatory again. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining. I am getting a little hungry. I am looking forward to seeing my babies. I am looking forward to getting on my day. Going for a workout, might do reflections of the day. Maybe I do it live on YouTube because, I can't go live on that other social media platforms. Yes, the kiddos are going trick or treat. I actually posted a picture on my Facebook page. Look up Ken Tracy on Facebook. I posted a picture. I think it was RJ was sending me some gifts the other day while I was holding my son, Augie. And the gifts were like a cowboy hat and mustache. And both Augie and I have like a cartoon cowboy hat and mustache on. And I took a screenshot and zoomed in, and there's kind of a cute picture of Augie cuddling with me, wearing a mustache and a cowboy hat, and it's super cute, I think. And he's also got a pacifier. He's got a mustache and a pacifier, and he's cuddling his data and loving on his data. Sandra Lynn is not done with her coffee yet. I don't know what that means. I feel Sandra Lynn, I'm very responsible for Sandra Lynn. I've never met her. We've talked a meeting. We threatened to meet at the farmer's market and Starbucks. Yeah, no, I so appreciate you guys for joining. I really do. And I hope you're having a great week. And I want to thank you guys for following me here on YouTube. And apologize to you for being a pain in the butt and having to switch platforms on the fly. But sometimes you got to make adjustments as we're going through our life. And this is just one of those adjustments. And I think things do happen for a reason. And I think good things are going to come of it. And I'm looking forward to seeing that happen and seeing that to fruition and moving forward with my day and working out and going live on YouTube today at 4:30. And I might hop on again. Again, I'm just experimenting. Thank you for saying that, Julie. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you all for watching. And I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day. One more sip of coffee. Oh, I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're having a great, great week. Thanks again for joining. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And tune in at 4:30 today for. Wait a minute. I might not be able to go live at 4:30 today. I think I have an appointment at 4 o'clock. We're doing what we can. I apologize in advance, Sandra Lynn, but join me tomorrow at 8 o'clock for Coffee with Ken, where I will be live here on YouTube. I so appreciate you guys for joining. Hope you're having an awesome, awesome day. Hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.